Hi, hey, hello, howdy, and greetings. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As always, I'm your host here to bring you the most on WDGS on your YouTube page. Listen, today, let me share with you what the Spirit has led me to say. Is that we need to do something about this high rate of insurance. Is it just me? I know it cannot be, because I've talked to a couple of other people, and I want to tell you on this Make It Make Sense Monday, how can we do something about this that don't make sense? Can we make it make sense? As your host, I want to share with you the most that I have discovered about this auto insurance. Why it's getting higher and higher. And as you get older, and your car does too, why does the insurance market keep making you do what they want you to do? Hello. This is the beginning of a common complaint among people. It's really beginning to be a common complaint. In the last 2 months, because I changed insurance companies, everyone that I've spoke with have been complaining about the higher and higher insurance premiums are becoming on our automobiles. I tell you, I just don't understand. I can't make it make sense. And as this being a most common complaint among the people, before I can get to the root of what reasons they claim, and I want to use that word, they claim, is a way to keep your premium at a lower rate. Now, I'm not going to say that it doesn't have an effect. But what I don't understand, what they can't make it make sense to me, if these top 12 reasons the auto insurance industry says we are entitled to receive the best rates, make it make sense then why, if someone have them, you're still increasing the premium. Hello, make it make sense. Make it make sense. I'm going to ask you to note these qualifications that the industry for auto insurance say that they give you for discounts. These qualifications that if you exercise them through application, your rates still go up. Make it make sense. Number one, they say if we have a good driving record, and these are the things that I've noted from speaking to claims and service representatives. I also last week, believe it or not, this topic has been in my queue for a minute. As the Holy Spirit was leading me with the lineup for 1 week out of the month with YouTube, this was top on my list because 2 months ago I decided to change auto insurance companies. Now, I had been with this company for years, since 93, except for one intermediate time when I was connected with insurance on my ex-husband insurance. But that was short-lived and it didn't last long. But anyway, the thing about that, it's a testimony. You have to catch one of those Tuesday tea and toast to get the full story on what happened with that situation. But today, since we're going to talk about ways how to, I think we should petition. Let me put it that way. I think we should petition to find out what can we do about this. But back to the top reasons, and I listed 12 of them, because between speaking directly to a representative and just doing some research last week, to see if I can get a discount insurance rate, a cheaper rate, a good rate of insurance, I realize how some things make a difference in your rate. Now, what they may say to you is what they can do to keep your insurance at a discount. I'm coming. I got them. I'm just giving you a minute to get your pencil and paper, okay? But what they do, they require these 12 reasons I'm about to give you. They look at them not to give us per se cheaper rates, but I think they give them to decide how high they want to set your rates. Oh, I hope somebody grabbed this. Number 1, good driving record. Number 2, your age, your gender, and your marital status. Now that surprised me in my researching last week, that they actually give a consideration of what they say a discount to married people than they do single people. How about that for all the people who thought that marriage didn't matter? Now, every time I'm looking around, I'm scratching my head and see how much of married people can have opportunities of discounts, as well as the type of car. That's number 3. The type of car, the color, the make, the year, and the model. Number 4, your safety features. Any type of protection device on your vehicle. Airbags and anti-lock brakes and alarm systems. Number 5, your zip code. Now, these considerations for increase, no insurance, or decrease is not necessarily maybe in the order in which they are synchronized in their auto insurance system. But trust me, and this is the thing, your zip code, when people don't understand where you live, really makes a difference. I've been saying for years, demographic location, your location always factor in some determinations. And for certainly when it comes to your insurance rate. Number 6, how many miles you drive and your purpose. I noticed last week they start indicating if you drive and commute, if you share ride, because I guess if you have people riding with you to work every day, and maybe this have always been a question, I just never paid attention to it, but I do know they would ask me, like, how many miles do you drive? And the less miles you drive, of course, it puts you on a scale for lesser rates for your premium. Number 7, this ought to help some people too, your credit score. If your credit is low, your auto insurance will be high. Hello. If your credit is high, you may get a little discount to make it low. Number 8, which I discovered last week, is the biggest reason why insurance rates have been sky high. Claims. Claims when it's not even your fault. But if you get locked out your car and you need them to give you a service that you pay for, it is labeled under a claim. If the landscapers in your proximity, because this has happened to me before, a rock from their lawnmower pops your window, then guess what? If you get it repaired with a reputable company, your window shield in your automobile, that will be filed under claims and it will go against you. And you're thinking like, well, wait a minute. So what is my premium payments for? If only time I use them is going to hurt me. Oh, I hope somebody grabbed this. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. When what you pay for, if you exercise the uses of it, it's going to hurt you instead of help you. And this is the thing about claims. They leave them in the queue in these systems that anytime you want to leave, somebody else can see what it is you filed a claim against. Now, they may not can see the entirety of the report, but they can see that you were given a deduction for your claim. And I just try to make it make sense. Is it just me? Or can you help me make it make sense? Number 9, if you have a lapse in insurance coverage, that's right. If you got your insurance with somebody else and they don't pay, and then they don't say they didn't pay, and you get a lapse in your insurance coverage, guess what? You could be sitting there, because this happened to me when I was connected with my ex-husband, and you're not even aware that it hasn't been paid. What happens then? They will submit your name to the state office. When it gets to the state office will notify you, and not to say, oh, well, we realize there's a lapse in your insurance. Can you please send a payment in to your company or get a new company? No. That's not what they're going to do. The state office will send you a letter and say, because you have lapse in insurance coverage, your license registration is suspended. Or should I say your registration is suspended. And when you get that on your record, that is considered a violation. And a violation carries an increase. Because see, this is what happened. When they send you this letter, your car is considered an uninsured automobile. Once that happens, and you get a letter from the state, you have to pay for reinstatement of your registration for your car. And then you go and get you some insurance because you don't have any technically. And because you needing insurance because your current insurance was deleted, depleted, lapsed, or whatever happened that you don't have any, you got to then pay a higher down payment to reinstate insurance. And this is why I be trying to tell people, listen, I got a podcast. You got to get this right quick. And I tell people, you know what? So many people have did some tore up, messed up, jacked up stuff to me. Now, listen, I had my own insurance. I'm going to go ahead and give you a little bit of the testimony. Okay, you don't have to drag it out me. When you're married, you think people are legit. And so in our divorce decree, I listed some things. I didn't ask for any money. Even though they had taken my emotions, mental, spiritual, through all kind of Watusi, jack rope, jumped up and jumping down. While I'm sitting at home on chill, being a good little wifey. Oh, I hope somebody grabbed this. Now, when we reached a place and point where I said no more. And so we departed ways. But technically, we were still married. But it was during the time, listen to me, you got to get this. See, when people put you in a position in their lives, when they recognize and realize, like this was with me, I'm without any income. That's why no matter what, I try to always keep my own income. Hello. And being that I was in this vulnerable state financially, let me tell you what happened. They decided to add me to their insurance, right? And I said, but why would you add me to your insurance? Now, you got to make this make sense. When your premium will be higher than mine. I'm with Geico. And my full coverage premiums at that time, now listen, I'm 6 years into maybe 7 of a brand new car. And they gave me a benefit package with a brand new car for all you all who didn't know. But I recently asked one of the representatives. She said they still do a similar program, but they don't do that one anymore. But listen to me, and I still have that car. That my husband knew from the time I purchased the car brand new, that they gave me this benefit package that as long as I own that car, If anything, major repairs, minor repairs, whatever happened, that car would not be considered safe for me to drive or on the highway once, listen, you got to get this, once my primary warranty that I purchased with the car, once that warranty ran out, Geico warranty would have stayed intact as long as I owned that automobile. Well, actually, they put their warranty in place the day that I purchased the car. But the thing is, I never cashed in on it until after my own warranty wore off on the car. And that's the first time I used it because lightning struck my lights. So I took it to the dealership and they repaired my lights that lightning struck. And he said, how are you going to pay? And I said, well, I'm filing under Geico. He said, ma'am, we don't accept that, not for repairs in automotive. I said, sir, Geico has a benefit package that if you are one of their insurers and you buy a brand new car, now it must be a brand new car, that they will add a warranty on that car for as long as you own that car. And the guy at the dealership in automotive said, what? Really? He said, you know what? He said, let me call my wife and tell her to come buy a brand new car because we're going to get that benefit. Now, listen, and this is a major benefit because I still have that car 16 years later. But, see, this is how people will mistreat you and they'll do it in a cruel way. And even after that, because I'm seeing what's going on, listen, the Holy Spirit would never let nobody misuse you. The Holy Spirit would never let nobody mistreat you and don't show you, oh, I hope somebody grabbed this. But this is what happened. When they had me between a rock and a hard place because I had no income. And I said, well, I just need you to just pay my insurance because I had been paying it all along. And they said, well, you know what, Frida, I'll pay your insurance, but I'm not paying Geico. Because when I wanted Geico, they took me off the policy. So now he in his feelings, but I got to be the one to switch companies and pay for that damage of his emotions. That's why I'm trying to tell y'all, in this season, you better know who you connecting with. Because people who live off of their feelings, let me tell you something, what's going to happen, honey. You're going to see a lot of hard time and dark days when people mistreat you because they don't feel like treating you right. Because let me tell you, when that happened with the auto insurance, that was 3, 4, 5 years before I'm in this need. And tell me, please, make it make sense. You still worry about when them folk wouldn't insure you. Okay, so listen, I'm between a rock and a hard place. I either got to choose to drop myself from Geico and go with them or be uninsured. Because Geico are going to drop you when you don't make your premiums. But I kept trying to plead with him. I said, but you know I got this benefit package. But it don't make no sense. The insurance that you're trying to put me under yours is higher. But that didn't matter to them. It was the fact that they would not help me if they had to give their money to a company just because the people would not cover them. So by and by, as I'm on their insurance, this is why I say people done mistreated me and they've been low down nasty. Okay, so I'm on your insurance until you get in your feelings with me. And when you got in your feelings with me, you decided, because my insurance was set up on direct, auto deduction. Now then, when I get the letter, and we all know that by the time they suspend your registration, hello, they done had, listen, it don't happen overnight is what I'm saying. Hello? And so my granddaughter, and this made it even sadder, my granddaughter had a skating ring birthday party. I got all these children, little girls in my car. Don't know. Listen, y'all, anything could have happened. And all along, I didn't even realize until a couple of days later when I got the letter from the state that I was driving on suspended registration. That's horrible. And when I called them, the first thing they said, I didn't know that because I got it set up on auto draft. I said, but see, okay, but how you didn't know that? Because see, they gonna notify you when they don't get a payment. Hello? Am I right or am I right? How you gonna pay an insurance premium? I don't care how they deduct it. Make it make sense. And they don't notify you because they want their money. If they can, they gonna call, write, email, trying to collect a premium. And they got to get to a definitely late status before they submit it up. But see, at that time, I knew what was behind all of that. That's that trickery. But listen, that's the part I want you to get. I didn't hate them. Was I angry? Absolutely. Did I continue to communicate with them? Yes, I did. You know why? Because I don't communicate and relate to people based all on my feelings. That's the quickest way to die and go to hell, in my opinion. If you live off your feelings because you feel like you want to mistreat somebody and be nasty to somebody only because you can't control what they choose to do. See, you got to watch them cunning spirits. Everybody got a way if they want to. If they want to, everybody got a way to manipulate control. But I got to get back to the insurance because y'all know me. I freestyle and I free flow and I keep going. But number 10, deductible limits. When you list your deductible, but let me give you a clue about that. When I was with Geico, the deductible, I put down $100 deductible. You know, back then when I got my car, they used to try to push everybody a standard $500 deductible. So one day I did a little investigating and I realized, because I said, what if I don't have $500 to come out of pocket at the time of an incident? So I went to the $100 deductible and check out what I discovered. It was only $2 more per month. See, they can get you to get these high deductibles and tell you you're getting a discount. Yes, $2 or $3. Make it make sense. A cup of coffee for a whole month. I'm just saying, make it make sense. Don't think that is such a big deduction, the way they push it at you. Number 11. Oh, let's bundle it. Bundle. But does bundle really bundle? Make it make sense. Listen to me, y'all. I thought I was bundling when I changed my insurance 2 months ago because I had renter's insurance for fire. And I called them, and I said, I want to change my renter's insurance because I'm no longer going to carry the auto insurance. Y'all got to get this now. This blew my mind. And I said, I went ahead with another insurance company because, let me tell y'all, make it make sense. I got an increase. And I went back to Geico, hello, and I had a good rate. But tell me why you gonna increase me $40 a month. Not that they eased up $2 or $3, $10, $15. They jumped a whole whopping $40 for a month. And this is what I said to them. And I'm still in the same zip code. All the things that I named for my discounts, they still in place. I'm in the same zip code I was last year, okay? When they had the rates at what they were at. And so when I spoke with the representative, I got to tell y'all. She said this to me. She said, well, I'm going to get to that. Let me put a pin right there. Let me give you the last one. Number 12, defensive driving class. Because I already was going to share that. So that's the 12. Let me run back through them. Good driving record, age, gender, marital status. Number 2. Number 3, type of car and the color, make, year, and model. Number 4, safety features and protection devices on your vehicle. Number 5, your zip code. Number 6, how many miles you drive and the purpose. Number 7, your credit score. Number 8, your claims. Number 9, lapse in insurance coverage. Number 10, deductible limits. Number 12, the bundle that I say really don't bundle. And number 11, the bundle that really don't bundle. And number 12, defensive driving class. I tell you, as you can see these 12 outlined on the screen. Now, back to what I was saying. If you are like me, you want things to make it make sense. And all these requirements, they were met by me. Hello? All these requirements, all the way down to the defensive driving class. So make it make sense why I'm still receiving a bi-yearly increase. Because see, that's 6 months. Don't know what the next 6 months. And the most recent, that means it increased a whopping $500 annually. You don't hear me now. You go up $500 a year on auto insurance when every 12 criterias for the discount, I meet them. I meet those criterias. Make it make sense. Well, so when they notified me that the increase will be coming via email, I called and spoke with the representative. And after lip wrestling with this guy called Rep, trying to get her to help me understand why, make it make sense. What's the reason? I asked her for the past 3 years. It's the same. I got the same car. I'm increased in age. And this is what she said to me. She said, well, due to the insurance regulations, everyone received an increase. I said, why? She said, well, because we've had a more increase in car incidents and accidents. I said, okay, well, I understand that. But make it make sense, because I didn't have no incidents, no accidents, and no violations. So why did my rate increase? She said, well, it went up on everyone across the board. And I said, well, ma'am, I don't understand. I have never had one incident, not one, y'all. So why must I be considered with the everyone who do? Make that make sense. So she said, well, I can't answer that, but let me hold on 1 minute and let me check. Now we know they playing with us, because she play like she looking over the policy. Oh, this is what she said. She said, well, hold on 1 minute. She said, let me look over the policy. That's what she said, to see if we can offer you any additional discounts. And I said, oh, okay. But she already done looked at the policy, peeped at the policy, and know the policy don't have anything else. So she come back with this one thing. She said, we got this new device that you can attach to your car, and it will let us know how many miles you drive. And if you really don't drive that many miles, then that can reduce your premium. I said, but ma'am, I already have that. I drive less than 3,000 miles a year. I said, so let me ask you this question. If I drive 500 miles a year, is that going to be any different than the 3,000 miles? She said, well, no, because 3,000 is really the lowest discount, 3,000 miles a year. I mean, between that, no matter how many you go, it's still that same rate. I said, okay, so make it make sense then why I need one of them devices. I mean, how's that going to benefit me other than y'all will be tracking everywhere I go? Hello. So she said, well, that's the only other thing I can see that you don't have that offers you discounts. I said, but I'm not getting a discount if you're going up $40. Hello. So I then asked her, well, who are these insurance regulators? What are they? Who are they? And that question seemed to get lost in the shuffle, perhaps in her thoughts. Therefore, I rephrased to reiterate the question. And I said, well, how can I get in touch with the people in charge or responsible for those constant insurance hikes? And then she replied, well, really, we all we know is based upon the state you live in. I said, okay. I said, well, who in the state should I contact? Then she said she thinks it was the commissioner. I said, okay. I said, so I need to contact my state commissioner if I want to write a letter concerning the auto insurance hikes. And she said, well, you can either contact them or it may be your state governor. I said, okay. I mean, your Senate office. That's what she said. She said she think the commissioner or maybe the Senate office. I said, okay, well, do you have any contact information? Of course not. She didn't say that, but she said, we do not have any way to contact them. I said, oh, okay. Well, how do they inform your company when they need to give out the increase if you have no way to contact them? I said, so do a bird from the sky drop the information down? I mean, since it's not coming directly from this place who regulates the insurance hike, I mean, how do you know when to increase them? Make it make sense. I'm telling you, I felt like, what is going on? Why do my car insurance keep going up? And I really believe I'm not alone. Now, what I had to do was some deep diving and digging, because inflation is the most significant cause of premium increases in 2023. This has also made an impact on the cost of all new and used cars because of health care. Now then, when I ran across that information, I said, now that makes sense. They said because car insurance covers much of the expenses after an accident. And therefore, when health care increases, the price of car and health care creates higher rate. Now, listen, for all you people that they monitor and watch, y'all got to hear this, that like to drive on Facebook time, even giving your sermon and preaching and whatever, they're looking at people like you. You're making an announcement while you're driving your car. They're looking at people like you. When you sitting there talking that you got 24 hours in a day. And I got to say this to the holy roly people. You're setting a negative example because you, along with everybody else, but you know, y'all love to say we in the world, but we're not of the world. Hello. Well, don't act like the world. You got 24 hours in a day. Wait till you get somewhere and sit down outside of your car if you want to do a Facebook Live, if you want to do a TikTok, if you want to do, what's the other one? Instagram, Twitter. They're watching us, people. Listen to me. And because they see people sit in their automobiles more often, they think that everybody that sits in their car do that behind the wheel. Now, you may be saying, but my car is parked. Let me tell y'all something. If you don't know this, and this is a God, heaven to truth, true story. God is my witness. It was a man that came to apply for somewhere to stay when I was in the property management business. And he had on his criminal background a PUI. That's the first time I ever heard of that, a PUI. And I told him because it was a misdemeanor, we don't discriminate. See, this is the way the insurance industry is doing. They're not discriminating. It doesn't matter that you're not driving. If you're sitting behind the wheel of a car, hello, they looking at the fact that your probability, because you just so excited and so delighted that you got to sit in your car unless you in your yard, I guess. Maybe that might make a difference. I don't know. But the fact that you're behind the wheel and that's the only time you find to engage. Because you can sit on your porch if you looking for some good light. I'm just saying, you got to pass your porch to get in your car. Make it make sense. But all these people, they're watching. And it factors in the probability. Because y'all know that's the kind of world we live in. So the probability, if you be on your phone, in your car, on social media platform, the probability you probably might drive and do it too. So it affects all of us. But back to the man with the PUI. I said, sir, we don't discriminate. Unfortunately, it's denied. He personally knew the owner that built the property. So he came and talked to me face to face. He said, Miss Alfreda, I understand that this guy, he's my friend. I know him. You can't rent to him. I said, well, you know what? We can't discriminate because of fair housing law. What we do for one, we cannot do for the other one. If we don't accept people with misdemeanors in the last 3 years, it doesn't matter what type of misdemeanor, it's a misdemeanor. He said, well, in that case, I have to respect the decision. I said, because this your property. Unless you want to get a lawsuit because of discrimination, but I'm just saying. It across the board. Misdemeanor. But this what the PUI was. Parked under the influence. Oh, I hope somebody grabbed this. This man parked this car to keep from hurting people. You don't hear me now. And went to sleep in his car to take off the edge or sleep it off. But he still got a ticket. But this is why they say he still got a ticket. Because his keys were in the ignition. That's why I'm telling y'all, these phones that you got on your dash while you talking and you driving, and you think that the insurance industry don't think that if your keys in the ignition while you talking, the probability is you may decide that you need to hurry up, somebody call and pull off and start driving, and you need to say what you saying, or where you going. You got to say what you saying while it's on your mind. Say it on the perch. Say it when you get home. Say it when you get back from wherever you were. But listen, whatever you do, don't be a contributing factor to these high insurance rates. How can we petition something if you're going to be a part of the problem? That's all I'm saying. Make it make sense. Listen, don't pay bills each month that you know you're not benefiting from. And this is what I had to get to. Now, we got to have car insurance because that's the law. But who want to pay bills they're not benefiting from? I realized that all them deductibles they told me that I had, when I tried to get my fire insurance and tell them, well, I guess I'm going to lose that, the lady said, oh, no. I said, well, I guess my premium would go up. She said, oh, no. I said, well, I thought this was on the bundle package. She said, well, it was. I said, but wait. Hold up. Make it make sense. Why is it then that I can leave my auto insurance company, go to another one, and still keep my fire insurance at the same rate? But then my auto insurance told me that if I get anything added with this auto insurance, then they could bundle for me a discount. Where's the discount? If it stays the same, make it make sense. But if you don't want to have higher insurance rates, listen. One of the things they said is if you pay your bill each month, listen now, at the end of 6 months, they do all this rate change. But if you pay it for a full year, which makes sense, you're locked into that rate for a year. But that's another way to get everybody to pay all their money at one time. But we got to pay it anyway. So why not go ahead and pay it if you can for the whole year? Because if you do pay it for the whole year, that way it definitely cannot change within the year. I want to give you 5 reasons. That was one that I know, things to think about when you're looking for auto insurance or when you already have auto insurance. Number 3, shop around. Shop around, because there are some places like I found that will give you a reduced rate and show you appreciation for your excellent driving record. And if at all possible, do not use your claim for things if you got to pay for it out of pocket and it's not that expensive, because that way it will not go on your violation. That's number 3. Number 4, you can reduce your risk. You can reduce your risk by being able to go places that's mainly necessary. The more exposure you are on the highway, the greater risk you have of being in an auto incident. Then there's another way to get a discount, which I learned this yesterday. You can use your no claim bonus. Never heard of it. They ain't never tell me about it. But if you never had a claim, you might be with the company and you want to find that out. Well, you can use your no claim bonus. If you never filed a claim, they should have some bonus money to give you. Now that makes sense. Hello. Now, insurance rates and regulations are by the state. Let me drop this and I'm going to end this this YouTube episode. Insurance rates are regulated by the state. Insurance companies are regulated by the state. Each state has a regulatory body that oversees insurance matters. And this body is often called the Department of Insurance. But some states use other names. Examples are the Office of the Insurance Commissioner and the Division of Financial Regulations. And one is in Washington and one is in Oregon. But the insurance department is headed by a commissioner. Depending on the state, the insurance commissioner may be appointed or elected. Listen to me. This information is vital if you want to do something about it. Now, all state regulates the rates used in some types of insurance. Now, I found out yesterday that North Carolina Rate Bureau represents insurance companies in their dealings with state leaders. And the North Carolina Bureau submitted a filing to the North Carolina Department of Insurance to increase prices. You got to grab this on auto policies statewide by 28.4%. I said, wow, I'm glad I don't live in North Carolina. But North Carolina Insurance Commissioner announced that on Thursday. Insurance rates and federal regulations. Many insurance companies conduct business across state lines. A few of them may do business in virtually all states. So why aren't insured regulated by the federal government? Well, I'm dropping a link in this YouTube so you can understand and you can read up on some things that really makes a difference and why that's not happening. As always, I'm so excited. Make sure you check out my tools. I'm always going to leave some at the end of this YouTube. And I thank you humbly again for tuning in and being a part of WDGS, launching new and creative ideas on your YouTube channel. God bless always, and bye for now.